Hello everyone, this is GirtheAlienGoldfish. I wasn't gonna do this. I didn't want to do this. But now I have to. So, Jeffree Star is pretty notorious nowadays because, he's has a pretty successful makeup line, which is, I'm super happy for him on that. Because, not everyone goes from a mediocre musician to a to being the face of his own makeup brand. So, good on you, mate. But Jeffree Star has been getting into a lot of scuffles lately. And, as with the more attention you get, the brighter the spotlight is shined on you, and the more your shit comes to light. Which, happens with everyone. You can't really hide your own quirks. And I'm using the term quirks rather loosely for what Jeffree's been doing. So a few months ago, there was a situation over a broken highlighter, and I'm not going to comment on makeup because I don't really do my makeup very well. But this guy named Rocky Roadkill, went in line, bought the highlighter. I think the shade was called King Tut. Went to his hotel room, gingerly unwrapped it, and opened it, and then according to him, the whole pan slid out and broke on the floor. He was pretty heartbroken about it, but for what I know, he scooped it up, he put it back in, and he still did a review on it. And he still gave it an incredible and a really good review. But he even said he went through all the channels. He's like, he even contacted customer service, but since Jeffree Star doesn't have a return policy, he's like, you know what, I'll still use it. I'll buy another one if you want me to, but... And this is me paraphrasing. I'll actually link you to the appropriate situations. So Jeffree Star got wind of this video and tweeted to him, instead of contacting customer service, you decide to upload a slanderous video. Well, first of all, it wasn't slanderous. He was doing an honest review about it. Secondly, he even said he did go through the appropriate channels for that. So obviously, Jeffree Star didn't watch the entire video, which is a mistake everybody makes, but you kind of want to do that first before you start shooting off, which Jeffree Star is really no stranger to. I've never liked Jeffree Star. This being because I have found him to be incredibly attention whoring. Oh my goodness. You wouldn't believe how off-putting I found him. A few years ago, he was touring with Blood on the Dance Floor. And hi, Dahvie. And so, he fucking hates me. He's probably not watching this. Loser. He was used to tour with Blood on the Dance Floor when he had a music career, when he was focusing on his music career. And he would tweet about how he saw Dahvie Vanity going into his bus with underage girls to have sex with them. Which, it's Dahvie Vanity. Would you put it past him? And not even 3 days later, I think maybe it was a week or so, give or take, he would say, oh, I'm so happy to be touring with Blood and Dance Floor, blah, 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 these people are great, they're my family, blah, 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 all that shit. Now, I will try to find the original tweets, but it was a while ago. I think it was 3 years back. 3 or 4 years ago. No, probably not that long. It was probably a couple years, but it happened a bit ago, and it's going to be kind of difficult to find them. But anyway, So if anyone can dig them up for me, you're my man. Or person. But another situation that he got into that he came under fire for was that he did a skit with another drag queen. I don't know the person's name. He did a skit with another drag queen saying, basically, you know, talking in a stereotypical black way, saying that he threw battery acid on a black woman's face, saying that he wanted to lighten her skin because she was using the wrong shade of foundation, I think. I'll let that soak in for a few seconds. Yeah. It doesn't matter if it was a skit. It doesn't matter if it was a joke. What he said was seriously inappropriate, and it's seriously uncalled for. It's just disgusting, horrible behavior. And let's be honest, yeah, it was pretty damn racist. If it doesn't matter if it was 10 years ago, it doesn't matter if it was fucking 10 seconds ago. It's just disgusting language, disgusting behavior, and I'm pretty fucking crude myself, but holy shit, Jeffree. Holy shit. Well, I don't know if he's addressed it, but, well, I mean, the more appropriate thing to do is be like, oh, fuck, guys, I don't know what I was thinking back then. But, I don't know, he'll do what he wants, I guess. And another thing is, his entire Snapchat war with, I don't remember her name, but she was an I'm sorry. I'm not doing her any justice here, but I can't remember her names for the hell of it. For the fucking life of me. He got into a Snapchat war with an Instagram makeup artist. I think her name was Shay or something. Like I said, I'm shitty with names, so please feel free to correct me. So he goes on and he starts talking shit about her over a conversation that he hears in passing by. Basically saying that she said to some other girl that she needed lip injections because her face was disproportioned. Well, out of context, that's a really incredibly bitchy thing to say, but instead of asking her about it, like, what the fuck were you talking about? Did you just really say that kind of shit to that girl, or what did you mean by that? Did you mean that in a nice way, or did you mean that in a shitty way? And now there's really no way to tell somebody that their face is disproportioned in a nice way. But maybe he could have taken it out of context. Maybe she was a bitch. It really depends. Instead of confronting her about it, like he did in the Snapchat videos, he confronted it. He decided to go on a tangent, on a rampage on Snapchat, and just sat there and talked all sorts of mad shit about her. And a couple of the quotes that I just kind of picked out, which really stood out to me, was one that said, "I am as humble as they come," and then a couple of Snapchats later, he said, "Just come back to me when your bank account matches mine. I'm as humble as they come. Come back to me when your bank account matches mine." Real humble. So then, all the incidents where he assaulted people for touching him or grabbing him. There was one incident where a girl grabbed his crotch while he was on stage. He was kind of out there trying to touch his fans, shake hands and shit. She kind of grabbed his crotch, and I'd be pretty fucking pissed too. I'm not defending his actions, but I'd be pretty angry if somebody touched my bits while I was on stage. But he kind of just hit her pulled her hair and just had her thrown out. You could just, like, had her thrown out and be like, fuck off. But instead, he just hit her, like, and started threatening her while he was on stage. And everyone knows I have a fucking problem with that. I have a problem when a musician, instead of going down there and getting up in the person's face, getting on level, would hit somebody, throw things at them, or, yell taunts from on stage. You're only as tough as you are. You're only as tough when you're face to face to somebody. Instead of you just decide to go on up there and be higher above people. That's not fair, buddy. Not fair, none. Then, of course, a girl gets pushed into him, while waiting in line. He just hits her. I think she just shoves her off because it was kind of a crowd and there was a lot of pushing involved. So he just like, fuck off. Which I'm not sure if that was just like a instant reaction or if that was just him being a dick, but nobody knows what the fuck goes on with Jeffree Star. So, being honest here, I'm never buying his products. I never did want to buy his products, even though some of it looks really good. Some of it looks really awesome, and I'm sure it's all very well made, and I'm very happy that he has his own thing going. I can't condone this kind of behavior, especially since the recent kind of bullshit, because I totally forgot that he had this thing going with Kat Von D. And Kat Von D kind of publicly says, I don't want any of that shit. Which, I fucking hate Kat Von D, because she's a shithead in her own right, but I kind of have to background this one. You don't want to be hanging out with people who don't fit your image, who don't fit your kind of brand standards. So I don't really mind the breakup because, let's be honest here, I would do the same thing. But the way it was handled between the two of them is just hysterical. I really do recommend you guys just get on that. Like, just search on that on your own because that was hysterical. But anyway, this is kind of a light dusting over of whatever the fuck happened because I really don't care and I'm not interested in Jeffree Star. And yes, this is monetized because I also don't, because, like I said, don't fucking care. But this is just a light kind of thing on the situation. I'm probably not going to do one of these again. Probably not. Because I don't really want to. I'm trying to kind of curve away from the drama. But it's funny. It's hysterical. And it's like every party involved probably doesn't know what Jeffree is really like. I can see from a mile away that he's a snake. That's an insult to snakes. He's incredibly two-faced. He's incredibly catty. He only fucks with people from behind his Snapchat. And he just doesn't. He's just not that great of a person. I think people who look up to him really need to see who really need to start assessing the character of their idols. Because he's not a good idol. Dahvie Vanity's not a good idol. Ronnie Reg, he's not a good idol. None of these people are good. None of these MySpace queens are good idols. It's just, they started as catty, bitchy people, and they remained catty, bitchy people. I mean, what do you expect? That shit may have been acceptable in 2006, but nowadays it's not acceptable at all. So, sayonara. for a while. And I'm gonna go back to sleep.